Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda. All right, good evening, viewers. Once again, I'll pick a hat because I'm sitting here looking at stuff and haven't put a hat on. But anyway, I like my hats. All right, let's get into it, guys. Just get ready for another crazy week. All right, that's what I'm saying. We got a bit of news we'll catch up on, but what's going around the traps, guys? Yeah, a bit of crazy stuff, which is this Wyembla shooting is coming up, and there's a thing into it, and yeah, they're calling it an ambush from what I've seen. Well, it certainly was an ambush, and yeah, maybe we think a different ambush to what they may think, but it'll be interesting to see what actually comes out of that, guys. And yeah, I'll be keeping my eye on that. It's you know, we all know. I'm not going to say too much on it. But we all know. Okay, so we've got Tommy Robinson. I've heard now. Can't vet this, but I think it's right. And he's actually fled the UK before the High Court appearance that he had. Okay, so that's very interesting. If Tommy has done a run or he's had some inside news from somewhere that things weren't going to go real good. And, yeah, keep your eye on that one too. They're coming for everyone who's making a difference, guys. They really are. So we got now Albo, from what I can see, just having a look around the place, he's going down the tube, mate. So this is going to be very interesting. He has no support. You know, really no support except his own party and, you know, the Teals and the Greens that want to suck up his bum so they can, you know, get their way and get their little backhanders through. But, yeah, apart from that, guys, there's he is going down the traps. And this is what we wanted to see. You know, I mean, I'd like to see it done another way. But, you know, if we've got to take him down, we've got to take him down. You know, it's just the way it is. And I think the pressure that we're putting on, guys, is seeing them, yeah, crumble. I think everyone's done, as I've said before, an absolutely magnificent job. All right. But like someone said out here on the internet, as Labor, Liberal and Greens and the Teals sell out the nation and demand Australia close down our remaining 21 gigawatts of coal capacity, India has just announced plans to add at least 80 gigawatts of new coal-fired power capacity by 2032. So again, they are just caning us. And that's from Kelly, actually. Craig is all over this stuff, and he puts out a bit of good stuff. But, my question there with mentioning Craig's name would be, what are you guys going to do about it? If you happen to get somewhere, is this shit going to stop, Craig? Is it? You know me, bro. I'll ask the straight questions. You know what I mean? But this has got to come to a halt, mate. And, I don't know where it's going to go. But anyway, Ford, 2.5 billion losses in 2024, right, just on EU vehicles, guys. Right, so they're just pumping out their little narrative, and everyone else is going down around them, and the New World Order does not care. All right, they don't care. Now, in America, apparently, and I have seen a couple of things from this guy, and he's pretty on the ball, but we got 25 states backing 10 states that are deploying troops down to the border at Mexico. Okay, now, funny, we've just had to take back our borders thing on the weekend, and now we've got movement. We got 10 states, guys, so they're preparing for a civil war if they need it, and it is Texas, 10 other states, 25 backing them, but 10 of those states backing them are actually sending troops to the border, and they are prepared to take on who? The Biden regime and the American government. So it's really, really heating up over there, guys, and it's as we've all said, we know what's around the corner. Now, a couple of things that are out there. Now, advocates welcome. Now, who are advocates? Well, they're just idiots, all right, that actually try and tell the government what ought to happen. These people are paid, they're part of everything. But the advocates welcome a new visa allowing migrant workers to remain in Australia to pursue legal action against their employees. Now, if anyone's on Twitter, or it's probably across Facebook, guys, February, 105,000 they let into this country. All right. And now we've got, allowing immigrant workers to remain in Australia to pursue legal action against their employees. This whole thing is set up against you guys. All right. You know it. I know it. We know exactly what's going on. Now, this is absolutely ridiculous, guys. I mean, I know we're not following the Olympics. We are going to do some stuff on the Olympics tomorrow night. We're going to do it. All right. We're just going to catch up on a bit of a gossip and news here tonight, which I call gossip distraction. Okay. But, so to do with the Olympics, right, this Ballard, right, got sent home, okay, from commentating over there. Now, let's have a look at what this guy said and just how outrageous this world is becoming. So Ballard's comment was made after Australia's Golden Girls, Molly O'Callaghan, if you don't know, they won gold on Saturday evening, right, in the that relay thing they have. So the women, this was his comment. Well, the women just finishing up. You know what women are like, hanging around, doing their makeup, he said. Doing their makeup, guys. How dare he categorize women and makeup in the same sentence? He's been removed. All right, removed. His co-commentator, Lizzie Simmons, described the remark, which went viral on social media, as outrageous. This is where we come to. This guy's just lost his job. Not that I'm into the Olympics or anything, guys, all right, and the satanic bullshit, but this is the mayhem out there, all right? He just said they were, hanging around doing their makeup. Like, unbelievable. Loses his job over it. This is the woke agenda in absolute full swing, guys. All right, grim effects after latest housing figures. Now, they're not going to do anything about it, but 13,237 new dwellings, including houses, apartments, and townhouses, were approved in June, down 6%, 5% since May. All right, and this is all, again, by design. So you builders out there that might stumble across the show or anything, I've told you your residential's going, guys. All right, and this is what you're seeing, all right? They are not, if no interest, they're just going to bring the immigrants in. They're going to continue to take your housing off you, slow down the housing trade, build their 15-minute cities where they want them, do their commercial building, and everyone else is just going to be left, guys. Now, in the Illawarra, a massive 1,000 square kilometre. Now, I'm going to have to check on this, guys, but I think this has gone up again. I don't know, but I'm going to have a look at it. Massive 1,000 square kilometre wind farm proposed off the coast of Illawarra. We just got rid of this. And they're back at us again. All right. So, but anyway, that just means Wollongong. We can't even get you to council. So I don't see how we're going to get you to, I mean, obviously the the green people out there that don't want it, will be part of it. I mean, but yeah, this is, we got to get together here in Wollongong again, guys. All right. So there was a few people there last night at the council meeting. A few, I'll emphasise the few and thank those for that. Actually, few's a bit much. We had the Katoomba guys come down, but in a Wollongong contingent, and I thank them. Yeah, 2 people, guys. Now, here we go again, guys. The ludicrousy. David Christofouli, and if anyone doesn't know who he is, he's a politician who's likely to become the Queensland's next premier, ran a training organisation liquidators believe may have been trading insolvent from the day he started as a director. The Melbourne-based company Southern Edge Training was a registered training organisation that offered courses from health administration to forklift operating and received government funding. He was rotting the government for money, guys. All right. And now here he is. He's into, the next premier of Queensland. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I've had enough. How they put these people into these positions. Urgent warning for a dangerous disease after multiple people are admitted to hospital with severe issues. In Victoria again, guys. All right. The fear factor, running hard. Now, this is in Britain, but they're putting out that soldiers could face a witch hunt once amnesty law is axed. So there's something going on over there, guys. And, to talk about that, we only need the Venezuelan military now to stand with the other mob over there, all right, that have, come to the people. And, that's looking really good. So, again, we need to do what Venezuela is doing, guys, all right, and, stand up together. Eventually it's going to happen. I just don't know when, people. And then, just something not beat, but 10-foot tall people discovered by archaeologists in the Fagata Cave. We all know about the giants and that, guys, but more stuff starting to get revealed for some reason about, these bits of our history that they like to keep away from us from, for a few thousand years. Anyway, let's get Cazza in. Let's have a look what she's got hanging in her studio, and we will get on with it.
Well,
Thanks,
actually,
Cazz.
while you're on wind farms, check out this one. So this is MacArthur Wind Farm, but somebody's just heard over 3AW that MacArthur Wind Farm, the biggest in the Southern Hemisphere, hasn't been working for the last 2 months in winter in Victoria. The ABC has been told, but they actually haven't done anything on it. So, yeah, there you go.
So it hasn't been operative. What, lack of wind? What's going on here?
I don't know. That's just what they've said. I just thought I'd include it. So, yeah.
Go you teals. Go you teals, and, you greens are, you want this, Anyway, and guys, this is up to us, all right? It's getting beyond a joke, man. They're just pushing everything down your throat. We all voted against all this stuff. We've made our voices clear. So, anyway, let's continue to fight on. That's what it's all about. Endure and overcome.
That's it. All right. So show contributor and friend of the show, Amanda Sheedy, she's put together a couple of reports, but this was really interesting.
Now, no one was talking about this at all. How is it you got an SBS, like, from a foreign country talking about this, but 26 million born Australians, no one's notified that half of the population had their data stolen?
SBS live streams and podcasts are supported by advertising.
We'll just leave it there, but she reports that we've actually had yet another data leak or a data hack, and 13 million Australians' data has been leaked or stolen, and it hasn't been reported. SBS Overseas has been reporting it, so very interesting there. All right, Nicola Charles, she has basically done a rant on the digital ID.
Ends. It never ends with these criminal, greedy liars. These guys using climate modelling by AI, of course, they can hide behind AI, to steal away what is ours for them. So in basic terms, let's take, for example, your home, your land, whether it's paid off or mortgaged, right? You believe it's yours. So what they've come up with is a scheme called monetize the asset. And all of this climate crap plays into it. And the way they monetize your asset is, one, cancel all title deeds that give you the same rights and privileges as the Crown had when they sold you the land. That's already been done. 100% of Australians have had their title deeds, their parchment title deeds that give them rights on their own land, stamped with destroyed by this Labour government. None of you have a title deed, rich or poor. No, you have a digital lot number with your name next to it. If that gets a climate lien or a native title lien, you can't do anything with it. If you don't get digital ID, you can't even sell it, right? And the way they monetize the asset, your asset and you, is to charge you monthly fees for the holding of that digital lot number next to your name. And if you don't pay the monthly fees, you no longer own it. They've essentially made you a tenant, right? And those fees will keep escalating. So
we'll leave it there because we've got a bit to get through. But
This is what they're doing to you people. This is how they're roping it in. We were, I spoke about this months ago, how they were going to attack these things in the background that are going to make people have to comply. Do not comply.
No, that's right. Look, we've also got now down near your way. You've got this story as well.
Of the UN Agenda 2030, which is all about creating a new society that is environmentally sustainable, that is meant to be economically responsible, which sort of will probably involve a shift from an ownership economy to a renting and leasing economy, equity and inclusivity and that kind of thing. And this is not a conspiracy, or if it is, it's an open conspiracy, mainly with the justification of sustainability. And it is absolutely about control, because if you're going to demand that people behave in such a way that they are meeting your environmental expectations and your expectations about how they should relate to other people in terms of inclusivity and diversity, then you cannot allow them to be free, because free people don't necessarily conform to your pattern. And so you have to set these rules up for them and basically get them living like little battery hens. Many of us would have heard of the UN Agenda 2030, which is all about creating a new society that is environmentally sustainable, that is meant to be economically responsible.
All load of bullshit.
Yeah, no, that sounds like Stephen Shavira.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I'm sitting here going, I know that voice, but hey, guys, you know the next thing they're coming at you now. Listen, for those lycra-clad, I'm going to say it, puffy-looking guys that ride push bikes, and I have a couple of mates that actually do this sort of stuff, all right, and congest up our roads and like to, take up lanes and cause us people in cars all sorts of hassle. I don't mind this. Well, I don't like it because it's control, but I can, okay, anyway, what's going to happen is, and this is not just related to them, this is anybody who hops on a push bike, you are going to have a license. And pay rego for your push bike. And you will be fined if you do things wrong. More revenue raising, guys. I mean, seriously? And then how far are they going to push this? What, your 2-year-old's going to have a license to get on his push bike just in case?
Mirrors, indicators.
Yeah, no mirrors, no indicators. This is just getting really push bikes. Okay, we do have a problem with a lot of push bike riders in the Lycra. Yes, they do cause some problems, but come on. Really? You're going to register the push bike now?
All right. Amanda also put together this report. It's a longer one, guys. Head over to her Facebook page and she's got the whole report there. This is only a short one.
News journalists on strike. You've got you've got police and ambulance across Victoria on strike, demanding pay rises as well. Why have you done that? And again, as you can see, since their journalists are on strike, there's no article. There's one sentence describing what is going on in their terms. So, considering the criminals at CFMEU have had a 5% pay rise, the police and the ambulance want the same. And you know what? The ambulance are really overworked. If anyone really deserves a pay rise, it's definitely them.
No, they should speak up because they know what's going on, because they're on the ground and they're watching all this stuff. So you know, I got different opinions on all this. Yeah, no police, no ambulance should be getting any pay rises. No one should be getting frigging anything that would had anything to do with pushing the human race to actually kill themselves. It's bullshit. Don't let me get started.
I just have to say, guys, actually, we might bring this in, but I overheard a normal conversation today, and it went something like this. Oh, you know, this is our first grandchild. My daughter lost the last one. You know, I think it had something to do with the vax, because she lost it just after she got vaccinated. Lost the baby just after she got vaccinated. And then the other lady started, oh, you know, my health has been so bad since then. But then they started on this conversation about how bad the vaccine is, and I'm just like, I never said a word. I'm just like, holy crap! People are waking up. It's cool. All right, but probably not fast enough. We need to wake them up.
Yeah, what are they going to get activated, you know? But yeah, anyway.
Well, Australians don't know how to activate, but that's why we're here, so we can show them.
Something more on the push bikes, guys. What we need to be doing, right, is as they bring this in. Anyway, we're not going to let them bring it in, but hey, we got to start riding our vintage bikes, because we'll be able to get vintage registration on them, and it won't be as much as what your normal good e-bike is going to cost you. So get ready for the government to knock on your door and see how many push bikes you've got there, how many scooters, whether you have enough helmets to suit all them scooters, whether you've got chooks in the backyard that are actually like grouping up together in this time of bird flu. I mean, you guys are going to be so busy. Anyway, guess what? They're looking after you. They've always got a plan for you. So
they do. All right. Well, we'll come back to that in a minute, but let's sidetrack a bit to Dan Andrews. Check out this.
Blair Gowrie, where then 15-year-old Ryan Mullerman was riding his bike along this track. Around here, he collided with a car driven by Catherine Andrews, her husband Daniel alongside her. The Andrews had agreed to hand over their phone and credit card records from that day, but now their lawyers say they can't find them. Ryan's family doesn't believe that. They have described the actions by the Andrews as arrogant and dismissive of the court process. Their reaction coming up 6 o'clock tonight.
All right, so there you
go.
Boy.
Yeah, and we pray for that kid. Yeah, we really do. And listen, something else to mention here. Yeah, Paulie Balfour, I'll give you a ring tomorrow, mate. I think you do watch this sometimes, but yeah, sad to hear about the passing of I think it's your auntie, mate. But yeah, I'll give Steve and a couple of the lads a call and give my condolences. Thanks for letting us know about that, Jeff. Cheers, brother.
That's it. All right, now there's odd things happening at the Olympics, and people have been reporting on it. So we're going to do a little bit of a special on it tomorrow. But here's just a teaser.
Village is an absolute shit show, and food is the biggest reason why. France is trying to push a healthier plant-based diet, and athletes are saying it is not cutting it. They don't have enough calories, enough protein, and just enough food in general. Second reason for the issue is that the Olympic Committee has come forward saying they are having some supply issues. In other words, they can't get enough food. The third reason for the complaints is some athletes have said that they have received raw meat. In fact, the entire Great Britain Olympic team has been told not to eat any of the food at the Olympic Village. The second biggest issue is the air conditioning, or lack thereof. In an attempt to run the most eco-friendly Olympic Games ever, the committee opted out of air conditioning. Instead, they planted shade trees and installed fans. Rooms should stay at 79 degrees Fahrenheit. After getting enough complaints from Australia and the United States, the committee allowed some athletes to bring in an AC unit. The Olympic Committee has responded saying they have heard the complaints and are trying as hard as possible to rectify these issues.
What the mainstream is showing on the Olympics, guys, and what's really going on in the background is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Get the conversation out about the satanic opening, guys, all right? We need to push that, all right? We'll go into this tomorrow night, but what they've actually done with that one there, I do believe, right, is by attacking and mocking Jesus like they did at the Last Supper and everything else they went in with, the Mycardos, Diodatus, whatever it is, shuffle and drop nigger, all this stuff, right? All they've done, guys, is shown you what their next step is, and their next step is to wipe out Christianity. That is what they've just shown you. And now, guess what? They have the right to do it because they just put it in front of the people's faces, all right, and the people have wore it. So now it's fucking on, guys. Excuse my French. It is on. They are coming for the Christians now because they have just let you know that they are doing it. So be prepared. Be prepared.
That's right. We did see today, somebody just put up that the Google scrubbed the
Opening ceremony.
Trump assassination. No, the Trump assassination. So
really?
Babylon B have come out with this new Google homepage honors life of sharpshooter Thomas Matthew Crooks.
That's
where we're at.
It is an absolute clown show, Caz. It is. Like, you couldn't give it a better term.
But the thing is that it's almost like it is a white hat operation to destroy the Olympics because the food's really important to athletes. Like the average athlete burns between 3,000 to 4,500 calories per day because of the training schedule that they're on. So it's like what you would eat in one day. I think it's 1,500 calories. They eat like 3 times that amount. So like why would they cut on the food?
Yeah, well, I need 3,000 a day, you know. But anyway, look, you're dead right, Caz. It's all a mockery, mate. The power went down. We had blackouts. The whole city was out, guys. Mainstream media won't show you that. They'll just green screen it in, do what they got to do to continue on their little narrative. But yeah, wait till we show you what's really going on in France tomorrow night. And you know, I'm not pushing the Olympics, all right, but I definitely think that we need to promote the satanic activities, all right, of the opening show, because that's what we need people to see. And we need them to understand that this was an all-out assault on your kids, you, and Christianity. And now they're coming because they've just let you know they're coming.
Well, that's it. Now, also, just while we were on Trump before, there's a couple of things that have surfaced that are actually very interesting. Now, one of them is that this guy was surrounded.
There's fucking cops surrounding this whole entire fucking building right now.
There's something going on in this building.
So you have that. You also have so there are cops that were surrounding, and they would have noticed that he was on there. Now, then Trump was still on stage. You can still on stage hear him speaking, and the cops are surrounded because they can see somebody up there. And so you've got that.
And it was stand down orders, you know.
That's
you
right.
know, yeah.
And you've also got this where the shooter's phone was
the gist of what Oversight has discovered through their own tracking is they were able to ping and identify about 9 different phones at the home of the shooter. And so they were able to identify which of those phones were then going to his place of business where he works at the nursing home. So after they identify that and make sure that they've got the right ID there for that, now they can track it everywhere else it goes. Well, they followed it to the fairgrounds there, Butler County. What they discovered was that this kid was basically doing recon at that site on July 4th and July 8th. So they were able to track him. But they also learned, and this is very interesting, so this tells us either how smart this kid is or something else, is that he turned his phone off after the 12th. But it gets better than that.
Oh, keep going.
Well, it does, because in the process of looking at all of these phones that visited his home and visited the nursing home where he worked, they found a phone that actually pinged 7 or 8 times in D.C. at a building called a Gallery Place, which has a very large footprint of FBI offices and where source meetings and interviews regularly take place in the coffee shop of that particular building.
Well, there you go. Now, also, Tori says has been doing a lot of stories or a lot of reporting on there was a third shooter, a cameraman, and he left behind his equipment and he had a pistol. So very, lots of stuff going on as far as that goes. Lots of revealing. They can't get away with anything anymore. They thought they could.
Looking more and more like wide-eyed operation, you know, like it's just like, you know, mate, it's just too crazy. It's just too crazy with all the stuff that's going on, you know. And you know, now we got this idiot Kamala coming. You know, this is just a distraction, guys. This is just waking the people up to what's coming and what's going on. But I do believe these 25 states that are backing against the American government, all right, and the 10 people who are deploying the troops to the border this will be the start of a few things, guys, because Biden regime will not, they've actually, Biden sent out, or supposedly Biden. Anyway, the deep state has sent out orders to rip down all the barbed wire and that's been put up at the border, and get it all down now. And that's why these guys are refusing. And that's why one of the reasons this action's happened. And they've got people together. They're going to start putting up barbed wire. They're going to start filling the gaps. And then they're going to start dealing with what they got to deal with. So it's going to be interesting, guys.
Well, actually, you could be right, because this person has picked up the distractions this week.
Now, I'm sure at this point, most people have seen at least a little bit of the opening scenes at the Olympics this year. And even if you're not directly affected by it, it was a bit ridiculous. And that's when you gotta ask yourself why. Why make it about that? And why so over the top? But more importantly, what are they distracting us from? What else is more important that's going on at the same time? And why would they want to distract you from that? Well, if you saw that article and found it pretty interesting, you can start going down the rabbit hole. Then you start understanding exactly why they don't want you to see it. Things they really don't want you knowing. Because then you might just start to see things a little differently. But what do I know? Stay safe.
So, yeah, other stuff going on as well.
It goes deep, man. This is the biggest operation that's ever been put together. All right. And, whether that's a big psyop, guys, and, it doesn't matter. What we've got is a person called Trump at the moment. We've got an awakening going on. All right. And we just have to take full advantage of it. That's the bottom line. Where do we go to after that? Well, that's for us. All right. That is for us. So we pick our destination. All right. But yeah, we got to get there, guys. We got to get there.
We've got this senator in the Victorian Senate, and she's cool.
Deserve better than this. As we all know, the government has found no money to rebuild a gas industry in Victoria, but what they have found is a $75.7 billion pre-election slush fund. That is what the recent state budget has revealed. So Victorians, hear this loud and clear, that there is not enough money to pay down this debt that is higher than New South Wales, Queensland, Tasmania combined. That we have to pay $25 million in interest repayments every single day, not with the government's money, but taxpayers' money. Taxpayers' money, your money. Not only do we not have that, but what we do have is a $75.7 billion slush fund, a credit card that the Treasurer can keep wiping and swiping here and there and using for his pet projects and pork barrelling and this, that, the other, so that he can continue to, have jobs for mates and continue to just waste your taxpayers' money day in, day out. Victoria, you deserve better than this Labor government that cannot manage money.
Give that chick a bloody pat on the back, whoever she is. Yeah, that's gold.
Nicole Werner, she came from, what's that, Planet Christian, or it's a big church anyway, Christian Planet or something like that. It's a huge,
scammy like that. But anyway. Yeah.
Huge youth group church in Victoria. So yeah, good on her though. We love that.
That's some heavy exposure there. They don't like that sort of stuff getting out into the stratosphere where we're going to share it everywhere, guys, because everyone's going to go to the website, grab that particular clip, and grab that particular clip and get it out all over your social media, guys. This is what the website's for. Everything's there for you. Okay, go and get it. Start sharing this stuff. Start doing it.
Yep, that's it. All right, now, Doctor, we've played a bit of this, but let's just play a little bit more.
Is that hundreds of Canadian children have died after taking Pfizer or Moderna COVID-19 vaccines. Now, the public doesn't know this because it's basically being covered up by absolutely everybody. Kids are dying. Kids like 17-year-old Sean Hartman. You heard from his dad today. Kids that just wanted to play sports. They wanted to play hockey. They wanted to play football, basketball, gymnastics. These kids, many of these kids were mandated COVID-19 vaccines in 2021 just so they could continue playing sports. That was a crime for which no one to this date has been punished. So there are hundreds of dead Canadian children. I've reported many of them on my social media accounts, probably one of the reasons why AHS is trying to shut down my social media accounts.
Look, we'll leave it there. Now, on top of that, you've got this situation here where these two Fox reporters, Emmy Award-winning Fox 4 morning reporter Matt Stewart has announced that he and his wife Chrissy have been diagnosed with tumor cancer. Now, they're both fully vaccinated. Matt was a prominent campaigner in Kansas City through his work with TV news and anchor. So,
yep.
I don't know what to say.
It's absolutely criminal, Caz. As I said to you, I put on the show a while ago, I didn't name teams or anything like that, but I had a mate of mine over here running boys up the hill, you know, and, you know, I know a few of the players. I'm a bit out lately, you know what I mean, because my boy hasn't been playing in the big league, you know, he's just having a kick in the lower leagues at the moment. But these guys are over there, and I knew a few of the boys, and I know who's a good player and who's not a decent, you know. And anyway, their star player, one of their star players is standing with the coach, and everyone else is doing the hill work. And anyway, when I got to talk to the coach, because everyone knows me, you know what I mean, and he's come over to say g'day, and I said to him, "What's so-and-so doing standing over there with you, bro?" He's gone, "Oh, man, his heart's no good." He said, "We got to keep him out of training at the moment until we make sure he's fit and he can play a game." And I just looked at him and I went, "Bro," I use his name. I went, "Bro, I've had these conversations with you. I've told you what's going on." He said, "Yeah, we know now, Dave. We know." He said, "But yeah." And so this is, you know, and these kids, man, I'm telling you, you know, I've won state titles with the kids. I've had a lot to do with kids and coaching and, you know, success. All right. Motivational success. And to see kids just taken out like this, you know what I mean? It is sad, Jeff. It's insane, mate. You know what I mean? And I know of them. You know, I would call him a mate. I might not seen him a while, but his son, you know, so fit, man. Working in the mines, you know, surfing, great surfer, always in the water, sportsman, you know, bang, just didn't get up. Went into his bedroom that morning, he's black. And it's not spoken about in the community. Why? Yeah, why? I did speak about it with this guy's elder brother, you know what I mean, the uncle, you know, because he's on our, you know, he's with us. He understands. But it's crazy, guys. You know, and how do you go to that guy and go, "Oh, you know, so-and-so, you know, have you looked at this is why the reason you..." No, you can't. You can't. You know, people need to wake up in their own timing, and it's very, very sad and unfortunate, and it's the devil's play. Yep, they are fitter, they are faster, they fall. That's right, because if they get the real shit in them, they have got a clean system. It's whipping around there at 100 miles an hour. They're super fit people with, and this is what you're seeing, fit people with good blood flow. You know what I mean? You know, extra good blood flow, people that train, people that stay active and do stuff. You know, you expect obese, fat people, unhealthy people to drop over when they, you know, but not these people that I'm talking about, man. These people are fit. You know, they're healthy. And bang, they're gone. It's criminal.
It is criminal. I want the arrest to start. I want people to start standing trial for this. Anyway, look, we've got to take Bunnings to task here. Yeah, but you got a free snag and a line of Coke if you got this jab at Bunnings. I'm just being funny. But yeah, they were giving out a Coke and a free sausage sandwich. That's not stupid. That's this is the type of things they were doing, people. $500 out in the outback, guys. Imagine how far $500 goes when you've, you know, maybe got a problem of alcoholism or something. You know what I mean? You'll take 6 jabs a week. There's $3,000. You know, because they've been indoctrinated, because they don't know any better. And this is what our government's done to people. It's just insane. And the truth's got to get out there, guys. And it is getting out there. It is getting there. It is. Yeah, it's getting there. All right. I really wanted to play this. I don't know if this is real, if it's Project Blue Room or somebody has, or somebody's basically AI'd it. But it's very interesting. It's a angel on a power line.
Well, someone's very good at Photoshop or what I believe.
Incredible.
Yeah, Blue Beam in full swing, guys.
Anyway, interesting.
Yeah, well, I believe that's Blue Beam. I believe they're getting set up, guys. They're panicking. They're in the, it's going to get really heavy, man. And this is what they're going to bring out, but I believe, Blue Beam will be the fallback. They're starting. All right. We've had a lot of these different things around the world. I know of a few where people have put them into programs and it's not being done on the film end of it. Okay. So it's not trick photography from someone editing the video. All right. It is in the sky. It is being seen by people. And I would say this is the start of the Blue Beam release, all right, in bits and pieces around. They'll gradually build it up, all right, and this is what they'll be doing, bringing out angels, you know what I mean, getting guys, distraction. Even the elite, anyway, will be deceived, even the elite amongst us, will be deceived by what's coming.
The elect,
sorry, not elite, elect. The elect will, So, guys, get ready for it, man. All right, we've been told. They just told you. At the Olympics, they've told you what they're doing. They are coming for Christianity, man. They are going to mock Jesus. They are going to mock our I'm not going to call it a religion, our spirituality. All right. And they are already well into dumbing down, or we've seen the results of them dumbing down the rest of the population. We're at 20% margin, guys. All right, free thinkers. 20% margin in the, we got other people coming with us, but they're not free thinkers. They fell for it. They're waking up. You are the 20%. You are the people who will make the change. You are the climate change. So we got to go and start shining the love of our climate. All right, which is exactly what it is. We work from love. Me and Cazz were talking about this before the show, actually. Yeah, and that's where we got to come from, people, is this place of love. And that's hard to do, man. We got dickheads out there everywhere. We got people trying to kill us. They're poisoning us. They're, mocking us. Yet here we are. We got to stand in what? Love. How do you do that? Tell the truth. Tell the truth and put out the truth, no matter the consequences, because that's love of humanity. That's letting humanity know that there's a truth out there. You need to look at it, then make your decisions. Anyway. All right, Cazza, are we right?
We're going. All right, we've got The Drifter by Moose taking us out tonight.
All right. Good evening, folks. See you tomorrow night. Everyone have a great day tomorrow. God bless you all.
Wakes up in the morning, sun shining on his bed. Don't know where he's been or which way he's been. The reaper of the story, champion of the truth, protector of the people, gypsy through and through. And he says, hey Florence, take me down the road. Another day drifting. Yeah, another story told. The road is often lonely, there's a target on his eye. We drive for miles an hour, but the truth is cannot lie. The guardian of the chronicles attached firmly to his soul. against the Main Street narrative. Freedom of the gold. And he says, hey Florence, take me down the road. Another day sifting, yeah, through another soul. Forest it is falling, the truth is stumbling to sleep. It takes strong men and women to speak what he can see. The reaper of the story, the champion of the truth, the protector of the people, the gypsy through and through. He says, hey Florence, take me down the road. Another day is drifting, yeah, another story told.